Well, we have a good treat for you right now. As you know, the ICC Champions Trophy is going to be coming on soon, and it's going to be in the UK. On the phone with me right now is actually Steve Elworthy, who's a former South African Test and ODI player, and he's actually the director of this championship trophy. Good afternoon, Steve.
Daniel, good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, not too bad. It's starting to become very good in the cricketing season again. We've got a lot of test matches going on, a lot of ODI matches, and this tournament looks like it's going to be an exciting one.
It does, yes. I think it's probably, when you look at it, you look at the structure of the tournament with the top 8 one-day international sides in the world coming to compete in a tournament over a 2-week, 3-week period is going to be incredibly exciting. I think the pressure of games when it's the way the tournament is actually structured, teams have very little time to hit their straps and make sure that they're out of the blocks early. Otherwise, they could find themselves out of the tournament. So I think a very high pressure tournament. We've got the top 8 teams, and you've got some of the top one-day international cricketers coming to visit our shores to come and compete in this competition. So we're very much looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be an incredible event for us.
Absolutely. And what's your actual role to do with this tournament then?
I'm tournament director, so basically it's overseeing the entire tournament, whether that is the volunteer program that we've instigated in this, whether it's the security directorate, down to ticketing sales, marketing, all cross functions across the entire tournament. So it's getting the teams in and out of the UK safely and ensuring a fantastic experience for the fans on match day. So it's quite an enjoyable role, incredibly satisfying and incredibly busy at times, which is keeping me. Really is keeping me busy.
Yeah, and why did you actually begin your career off the pitch like this then?
Well, I think from just a general perspective, it's always been something. I think a lot of cricketers want to get involved in cricket post their cricket career, but I was thinking more of the administrative side as opposed to coaching, which a lot of players do tend to go.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough during by the back end of my cricket career, I studied marketing. I studied electrical engineering at university to start. I've never really practiced that a huge amount, but ended up in sponsorship actually at Cricket South Africa for a number of years, and then commercial director. I was offered the opportunity to run the World 2020 in South Africa in 2007 in the same role, which I did, and then the England Wales Cricket Board contacted me to apply for the post here in 2009 for the World 2020. So it's amazing the life and how your career is shaped by opportunities that come up, and 5 years down the line, 5 years later, I'm sitting back at the ECB looking after the Champions Trophy. So very, very happy and very, very proud to be involved still.
And this surely would be a creative experience for you, being that this is actually the last ICC Champions Trophy we're ever going to see, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I was fortunate enough actually to play in the very first Champions Trophy in which South Africa won. So it's quite an unusual feeling actually sitting here thinking about that I played in the first one and now I'm looking after the final one. So it is the last one. But it's a fantastic tournament, and I think we've seen that. It's reflected in terms of ticket sales and things that are going on in and around the tournament. The real the support for the participating countries that are coming here, and the matches that we've got, the great matches and the head-to-heads that we see have been supported incredibly well. So I think in itself, the format of the tournament, the teams that are participating, the players that are coming, just makes it a real standout tournament. And
just very quickly, obviously this is going to be replaced by the World Test Championship. What's your opinion on that? It's going to be happening in 2017.
Well, listen, as a player, it's the right question, because Test cricket, I think I know, as you mentioned in the intro, I've played Test cricket, but I didn't play a huge amount. I only played 4 Test matches and a few more one-day internationals. But Test cricket, I think, from a playing point of view and players' perspective, is probably how you measured by the rest of your peers. I think over the period of time and over a period of time. So, I think it is absolutely, it's essential. The Test Championship, it gives Test cricket context. And I'm obviously a huge fan of Test cricket, and I love it. I know that I've been involved in 2020 competitions and now a one-day competition, but hopefully in the future we'll be involved in the Test Championship as well. But a massive supporter of Test cricket. I think it is the true test of a sports governing bodies, a development program. Test cricket is the youth structures, everything that comes through, the playing, the coaching, the administering of it. So a massive fan of Test cricket. So very, very proud, very happy that there's a Test Championship coming.
And as we said, this will be the last ICC Champions Trophy. Surely it's going to be showcasing ODI cricket at its best. You mentioned the 8 best teams are going to be playing in there. What's the difference between winning this and winning a World Cup?
Well, I think there's, from an ICC point of view, the World Cup has probably got that stature and status because it has that terminology with it. It is the World Cup, and the World Cup in the future, not the one in 2015 in Australia, but England are hosting the Cricket World Cup here in 2019. Mm-hmm. The 2019 format will look very similar to the to the Champions Trophy format. So I think there's going to be a bit of a blend of the two, and you're going to end up with a World Cup that looks pretty similar to the Champions Trophy in terms of format. So it's not far off. But I think if you have a look at how proud Australia were when they won the last Champions Trophy in South Africa in 2010, and you can see the pride of the players. They're winning an international event. And whether that's a 2020 event, the World 2020, or the Champions Trophy, or the Cricket World Cup, or the Test Championship, they are winning a global event in front of all the other participating nations. So I think that in itself has a huge standing. So very much looking forward to seeing whoever lifts that trophy on the 23rd of June this year.
And I believe it's a round-robin structured tournament?
Yes, it is. It's 2 pools of 4. So you've got 2 groups: Australia, England, New Zealand, and Sri Lanka in one group, and in the other group you've got India, Pakistan, South Africa, and the West Indies. So each team only then plays 3 round-robin games. So you play 3 matches. The top 2 teams then in each group go through to the semi-finals. You have a semi-final, 2 semi-finals, and then the final. So it's 15 matches in total: 12 group games, 2 semi-finals, and a final. So very short. If you lose one of your group games, you're going to be battling to qualify for the top 2. So every single game counts, and obviously with that, every ball, every delivery, every run counts. So that's where the pressure comes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, who do you think is at the moment the strongest sides coming into this tournament?
Well, it's very difficult to say because you've got, those 8 teams that I've just rattled off. India, the current one-day, they're the World Cup. They've won the World Cup. South Africa are right up there in terms of one-day cricket. How do the West Indies won the World 2020. England in their home ground, in their home country, they're contenders. Listen, very, very difficult to choose. I think the number of sides. New Zealand, you can never write off. Pakistan are always in the mix. So every single team has got an opportunity to be involved in the final here. It's very difficult to call.
And I think that's the beauty of it. The fact that any one of these teams going into this tournament is looking to win it. And you've got 2 groups of death straight away as you go into it. And I'm sure people will want to be going to watch these matches because every one of these is a big ODI match. So what would you say to people who are looking to buy some tickets and actually go and watch this? Because they can come and watch this at Edgbaston, can't they?
Absolutely, they can. The 3 venues: Edgbaston, obviously the Oval, down in London, and at Cardiff. And I think the big thing that we need to really, from a fan's point of view is the affordability of the tickets. You know, the tickets we've positioned somewhere where a family of 4 can come and watch one of these group games for £50. You know, there's an under 16 price which is only £5, and an adult ticket is £20. We've also introduced an under 21 ticket, and because there's obviously quite a big gap between an under 16 and an adult price, but we've introduced an under 21 ticket for £10.
Okay.
So if you're a family of 4 with 2 children under the age of 16, you can come to one of these matches for £50, and we think that is really, really good value. And that's obviously, we're trying to open this up to as many people to come and watch and support their home nation as possible, because for us, you know, that's the festival of what Champions Trophy cricket is about, is fantastic full stadiums, vibrant colours, vibrant support by everybody in the ground, and I think these ticket prices reflect that. So, you know, if anybody is interested in coming, I really think that I do urge them to get down and support their teams.
All right, Steve, surely it is going to be an awesome tournament. Thanks for speaking to us in the Sports Lounge. We hope this tournament does go brilliantly.
Fantastic, great. Thanks for your time, Daniel. Bye-bye.
Bye.